the House Judiciary Committee. He joins me now. Congressman, your reaction to this ruling?
Oh, it's the reaction that we have each and every time they try to do this. Let's keep in mind, Donald Trump is not being prosecuted. He's being persecuted. And I mean that for real. And Americans know that. They're tired of it. Even if you didn't support Donald Trump before, you are supporting him now. And you know why? Because people know this is wrong. This is America. We don't do things like this. We don't use the law. We don't use prosecutors to go after somebody because they have a different idea. They've literally opened the bowels of hell against this man. They are prosecuting him. They are censoring him. They are punishing him in every way possible to make sure that he can't speak the truth. And here's the deal. Every time something happens, and what happened most recently just now is we found that Joe Biden's Delaware address was being used to receive Chinese communist money. I'm not making this stuff up. These are things that we have. It's not a Van Drew talking point. It's not a Republican talking point. They hear that. They try something more. The more they try, the more he goes up in the polls. Because people want freedom. Americans want freedom, and we have to bring our republic back.
We're going to have more on that payment coming up later on in the program, but to your point, it is curious. Regardless of whether the ruling is valid or not, there will be an appeal. It is curious as to the timing. It's always hours, mere hours after negative Joe Biden news, you get a ruling like this. Meantime, Joe Biden's first impeachment inquiry hearing set for tomorrow. You, of course, famously left the Democrat Party after being told you had to vote to impeach Donald Trump. So what's different this time, Congressman?
Well, first of all, this is an impeachment inquiry, not an impeachment. They rushed to judgment with an impeachment, which was a nothing burger. There was nothing there. Let's understand what we have already, the mounting evidence that we have, and be sure that this is going to be something that is based on fact. If we follow the evidence and it leads us to wrongdoing, well, so far there's a lot of questions here and a lot of really problematic issues, then and only then would we impeach. We're doing it the right way. We're doing it the legal way. What do we know already? We know that there was at least 20 times that Joe Biden was on phone calls with his son to Burisma. We know then that Burisma was really worried because they were being investigated by a prosecutor in Ukraine, and that prosecutor was then removed because Joe Biden said that he had to be, or the money wouldn't go to Ukraine. We know that there are many other issues, just similar issues, where there are really questionable deals, where Joe Biden was involved with his son, with the Chinese communists. I just said that now we find out his Delaware address was being used as a place to send money. We know that there were issues when Joe Biden was involved in all kinds of activities that a president shouldn't be. He was meeting with an oligarch from Russia, and she's the only one that he didn't publicly censor when he censored all these different oligarchs. There's no question that there's something here. It doesn't smell right. There's corruption throughout. The plea deal for his son, I mean, you really don't believe that he wasn't involved. You know, when he was on those phone calls, it was clear that he was on them. We know that he was, and yet he originally said that he wasn't, and now he says that, no, he was just talking about the weather. Is he a weatherman, or is he the president of the United States?
A lot of talk about weather. The Democrat lack of interest in this and lack of question asking is amazing, especially in light of how they have decided Bob Menendez is guilty without a trial. And that leads us to this next topic. A lot of speculation as to what happens with Bob Menendez's New Jersey Senate seat as more Democrats call for him to resign. 26 so far calling for him to resign. There's been a lot of speculation, Congressman, that on the Republican side you would throw your hat in the ring for this Senate seat. So are you in?
No, I'm not in, but I'm seriously considering it. Look, right now I've got to focus on this budget. I've got to focus in my work in Congress. I will go through a process. I will speak to my family, my friends, my closest advisors. But I'll tell you this. It is time for something. And you know what it's time for? It is time for a good, solid Republican conservative after over 50 years in New Jersey to win this United States Senate seat. And you know why? Because people are tired of the high taxes. People are tired of inflation. They're tired of high interest rates. They're tired of their children being told and taught things in schools that no child in elementary and middle school should be taught. They're tired of this administration and what it's done to our police. You just saw what happened in Philadelphia. They're tired of not following the rule of law. They're tired of wokeifying our military when we're paying for, and we stripped that out. But in the Defense Authorization Act, we were actually paying for drag queen ambassadors to attract a new type of person in the military. Let me tell you what the military should be. It should be the strongest, best, most focused in the world. We're tired of it all. It's
1972, Congressman. 1972 was the last time New Jersey elected a Republican. I wasn't even a glimmer in my New Jersey parents' eyes at that point. So that's how long ago that was. Congressman Jeff Van Drew, keep us posted. We'll be watching.